Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video we're going to be going over my portfolio, my dividend portfolio for the month of December 2021, going over all the dividends I received and also looking back towards the whole year as to how the portfolio did over the past year in 2021. So let's jump right into it. And first of all, we're just going to look at the portfolio as it was sort of at the end of November and evaluate, where it was then, and then we'll update, any buys we made or sells or dividends we received and stuff like that. So first of all, I just want to go over the dividend increases we got. So we got two this month, one from Carrier Global, an increase from 48 cents to 60 cents annually, which is a 3-cent increase on the quarter from 12 cents per quarter to 15 cents. So that's a 25% increase, which is pretty awesome for them. They're a pretty new company to the stock market, at least that company. They were spun off a few years ago. So they have been increasing the dividend pretty steadily and pretty rapidly. The one thing, their yield is pretty low at 1.11% right now. You can see that right here. But it is good to see that they are increasing that dividend pretty quickly. The next company here was Pfizer with a dividend increase. Going to be honest, a little bit of a disappointment for me, just because of how much business they've really gotten over the past year or two with the vaccines and stuff like that related to the pandemic. I'm sure they had development costs, but I think, if I recall, the government was subsidizing some of those development costs as well. So just a 1 cent per quarter increase for 4 cents per year, from $1.56 to $1.60, about 2.5% increase there. So that's better than nothing for sure, but I would have liked to see a little bit more. And if you guys do want to pause to see the different companies here and what percent of the portfolio they're at, that number will be right here. This is the current value of these positions and then the percentage of the portfolio. So right now the largest position here, I'll sort it by equity. The largest position, as you can see, is AbbVie. It's about $186 and about 9% of the portfolio, which is pretty awesome since it's such a great company in my eyes. And then we can see our investments spread across the sectors. There, obviously, healthcare right now is the biggest segment. AbbVie, Johnson & Johnson, and Pfizer, all fairly decent-sized positions. And then dividend income by sector, healthcare, again, the biggest sector there. And before we updated anything, our annual income is projected to be at $51.17 with a dividend yield of $2 or 2.73% and a average 3-year dividend CAGR of 9%, which at this point I'm really happy with. Definitely trying to keep it between that 8 and 10% mark, I think, at this point, and that's going to be part of the challenge, I think, because over time that's going to be difficult to achieve. But right now we're going to go over to Fidelity, and this is the recent history from my account, and we're just going to download this CSV file and save it here, and then we can run our Python script, and it'll prompt us to open up that CSV file that we just downloaded, and then it'll just parse through all that data and put it into the appropriate spots in the spreadsheet, whether it be a dividend, a buy or sell, or maybe just some cash that was deposited into the account. So we will go over here and wait for this to update in my spreadsheet, and then I'll be right back. So the script has finished running, and as we can see, we deposited our usual $45 this month, but looks like we did not make any buys this month. Really just obviously did not see any good opportunities. I was definitely considering buying some more Leggett & Platt at times, but just decided not to. So no buys or sells, but we did receive dividends from a lot of companies here. So received about 40 cents from Travelers, 84 cents from Lockheed Martin, 52 cents from Coca-Cola, 23 cents from Amcor, 8 cents from ExxonMobil. Remember last month or the month before, we sold out of most of our ExxonMobil positions, so that's why that dividend is pretty low. 28 cents from Microsoft, 49 cents from Johnson & Johnson, 94 cents from the Southern Company, 83 cents from Pfizer, and 33 cents from Aflac. So that gives us a total for this month of $4.94 in dividends, which is definitely not bad at all. We can see obviously this one cash deposit now in our transactions, and then we can see all these dividends added into the dividend payments. And if we look at our dividends by month, again, that was $4.94, which was higher than September's dividends, which is great to see. If we look on the quarter, this quarter we got all the way up to $12.15. So some nice growth there. I'll definitely be interested to see what Q1 of 2022 looks like, and hopefully we can average above $10 per month, which I think we will for sure. Probably closer to $12 or $15 per month average in 2022. And on the year, we ended up with $38.93 in dividends, which is definitely not a whole lot by any stretch of the imagination. I briefly said that my dividend goal was about $40 for 2021. But I did realize that was a bit of a stretch and was probably not going to happen. We did get pretty close, which is cool to see, but $38.93, I'm still happy with that. Still money I would not have had otherwise. And we definitely had, lots of capital appreciation as well, along with those dividends. And looking at this changes over time tab here, we can actually update this. Right now it's January 1st, so that'll update, and the 3-year dividend CAGR is still at 9.12%. Pretty much isn't going to change since we did not make any buys, and the annual dividends, the only reason they increased, I think, is because of those dividend increases from the companies we own. So pretty small increases there, but progress nonetheless. And we can also go back here and look at our summary page, look at our allocations. Those probably haven't changed. The only thing that's changed in these allocations is a little bit more cash. For the most part, around 9% cash. We were about 7.5% before I updated this, and right now the portfolio value is around $2,066, with a forward dividend income of $51.17, again, like it was before we updated. So I'm definitely hoping that in the month of January, we're able to make some more buys and keep increasing that dividend income, and hopefully we get some dividend increases announced from companies as well. That would be awesome to hear. And overall 2021, like I said, I'm pretty happy with the progress we made, the actual dividends we received, but actually also the progress we made in the portfolio in trimming some positions that I wasn't as happy with and didn't have as much conviction in it anymore, and adding some new positions like Lockheed Martin and AbbVie. Those are two fantastic companies, and I got in at pretty good prices as well, so I have a lot of confidence in those positions and am looking forward to how they do in 2022, and I'm looking forward to maybe adding some new positions as well. So if you guys do have any recommendations for new positions, new companies, definitely leave those in the comments below. I have done a bunch of stock analysis videos on all the companies I do own, but I've also done videos on a lot of companies I don't own that I would be interested in adding to the portfolio potentially at the right price. So let me know if you guys do have any suggestions for that. Let me know how much you received in dividends in 2021 and December. I'm sure a lot of you did way better than me, but like I've said many times before, this portfolio is just about learning about the stock market really, and learning about investing in individual companies. And in a few years, I'll probably put a lot more money into this portfolio, and so the actual investment progress that I've made in the first few years of the portfolio will probably be pretty negligible at that point. But what won't be negligible is the lessons I learned and all the knowledge I gained from carrying out this portfolio over the past few years, even though there was not much money involved. So I just want to thank everyone for continuing to watch the channel, continuing to watch the end of the videos. I really do appreciate that, and I will see you guys in the next one.